So the University of Dayton, they have just launched a new curriculum in AI. Not a boot camp, not a startup, not an accelerator, but a prestigious 150-year-old institution is now giving curriculums and degrees in AI. The education system we grew up with is over. Primary school, secondary school, GCSEs, A-levels, university, masters, PhD, that whole world, that ladder is gone. That used to be the deal. That was the progression. And at every step, they promised you, you finish that, there's going to be a bigger pot at the end of the rainbow. You know, the mansion, the supercar, the high-flying corporate job, the multiple girlfriends and divorces now when you talk about this day and age. And then AI happened. AI hit like a ton of bricks. We're moving into a new world, people. A new world where there's a skill, a really specific set of skills that's going to set apart the haves and the have-nots. And I think it's going to be a bigger gap, the biggest ever, in fact, that I don't think society is actually going to be ready for what's going to happen here. The skill is called orchestration. That's the thing that determines the winners from the losers. And when I say orchestration, it's about understanding that now AI has evolved to a point where it can do things for us. And it's going to be doing more and more and more and more. Literally, the amount of things AI is going to be able to do is going to become exponential in the coming years. But this inflection point has happened. And people who really understand it are moving so fast that I don't think the people who are not into it are going to be able to catch up anytime soon. This isn't about coding. This isn't about prompt engineering. It's nothing to do with that. What it's about is knowing how to take your brain and extend your knowledge and your capability with AI. Having that symbiosis, that partnership, and deploying it at the right, let's say, scale and at the right dimension to accelerate what you're doing exponentially. That, my friends, is a new literacy. That's the new reading and writing. Yeah, you don't even need to know how to read and write with AI anymore. What you need to do is know how to tell this thing what to do. You can point it in anything you want, you can point it at. The people who win are the ones who know where to point it best and how to point it and what you tell it to give you outputs and workflows that you can leave and let it self-replicate and self-improve over time. So what does this mean? It means anything with a digital workflow can be turned into an outcome. You see, it's very different to an algorithm. An algorithm has one dimension to it, one track, whereas a workflow, it has multi-dimensional facets to it, different nodes, different, let's say, capabilities at different parts, different results that need to be fused together to get to the greater objective. That is the skill, knowing how to do that. And the more complex the workflow is, and the better you can get AI, and the more you can get it to help you rebuild that in a better way than you doing it manually, not just doing it fast, but doing it better. And also, I don't really think it matters which one you use, whether you're an OpenAI guy, ChatGPT, or whether you're an Anthropic guy with Claude, or maybe, you swing on the other side of the tracks with Perplexity. I don't think it really matters which one you use. I think the ability to use it at all to a very high level is what's going to determine it. And I think we're going to get two very different types of users on completely different spectrums. The same tool, the same power, used in completely different ways. On one side, you're going to get people who are using AI to recommend them more cat videos or more funds on social media to watch. And then you have the other side where people are using the same AI to build billion-dollar companies. So I think this is just going to exacerbate the difference that humans have between themselves. It's going to exacerbate a lot the difference between the productive and the unproductive. I think the new wealth gap is going to be those who know how to use this tool and those who do not. It's really that binary. In the next few years, we're going to have a big overlap. We're going to have people who have done the university thing, gotten all their stripes, people who have really walked the ladder, walked the mile that they were promised and they said that should be walked. And they're going to get nothing at the end of it. And there's going to be some hotshot kid or whiz kid who knows nothing about anything, but he's just phenomenal at using and building AI agents, orchestrating workflows. And this kid is going to run rings around those people. And it just is interesting to see that finally institutions, the big institutions, the ones we're used to, the universities, are slowly waking up to this reality. To be honest, It happened faster than I thought. It's only been like 3 years or so since ChatGPT went mainstream. But yeah, I think this is a trend we're going to see more and more. It's very pervasive. There's no way you can deny this is the reality, and this is the future that we're going to be living in moving forward from now. You see, when AI first launched, it was more about what you could ask AI to tell you. Go find this out for me. What's this? What's that? Hell, most people use it as a search engine, even to this day. I think these guys are ahead of the curve. They can smell which way the wind is blowing. They know employers are going to care more about what you can do with AI instead of what you can remember up here. Now, is it perfect? Can you automate everything in a business? No, fuck no, you're nowhere close to that yet. Are there still going to be bumps in the road, hurdles to overcome? Of course. The arms race in AI is real. Anthropic has gone from being, I think, 1 billion in revenue end of last year to now being at 30 billion in revenue. And they're suspected to maybe even hit like 100 billion in revenue by the end of this year, which would be the craziest revenue run ever. There's a lot to be said that these things must be bringing a lot of value to the world, since you don't have growth like that without seriously helping other people get to where they're going faster. There's just absolutely no way. There's no holding this thing back now. We had fire, we had the wheel, we had the industrial revolution, the computer revolution, the internet revolution. Look, AI is all of those things combined times 1,000. Bottom line is the world has changed and we're not going back. Reading and writing, the printing press, it gave everybody access to information. Now, AI gives everybody access to execution. The only question is, what are you going to do with it?